that's a play that we've worked on. Usually the personnel is a little different. And, you know, Gordon had a look for George Hill coming over the top, and then Joe Ingles long for a pass and touchback. But, you know, as, you know, you always hear it doesn't come down to one play. And, you know, although, you know, we could have executed that play a little better, you know, it felt like, for the most part, our offensive execution was pretty good. But we didn't find the open guy on that, and, you know, Gordon's not usually the guy taking the ball out in that situation, but given the lineups that we had, he took it out this time, and I wanted him to take it out. We feel for us, you know, it's Gordon's, you know, our leader out there on the court, and he had a big game, but it just shows you that there's other things that you got to do. And, you know, I don't look at it as a wasted effort or anything like that. He's capable of doing that, and, you know, we've been talking about him, you know, having one of those nights if he keeps staying aggressive. And, you know, tonight he did, and that's what happened. And, you know, we got to do it again. It's just, that's why it's 7 games. The primary thing is the game becomes about Chris Paul and pick and roll. And, you know, he's arguably the best person at doing that in the league as far as just manufacturing the whole court. So that puts a lot of stress on your defense. You know, then, you know, when they're small, you know, we were quote-unquote small too. You know, you have either Paul Pierce out there or even Mo Spates who stretches the floor. But, you know, it opens up the floor from a spacing standpoint. And, you know, that's a difficult cover. You know, we put different guys on them and covered the pick and roll a few different ways. I think that's really all you can do, is maybe to try to give him some different looks, because he's usually going to figure out if you're doing one thing, as you saw there in the third quarter. So you just keep trying to adjust as best you can and compete. The hard thing for us is when we did get some stops, they got second shots. You don't have to look any further than the guy played 38 minutes, you know, and he hasn't played that many minutes all year. So he's battling. You know, it's probably, you know, the kind of conditioning that he's in up to this point for him to do that. I mean, he's competing, he's playing hard, and we're asking a lot of him right now, and we're going to keep doing that, and he's going to keep, you know, giving us everything he has. Well, it's a must-win when the other team's got 3 wins. So, I mean, it depends is it an important game? It's the next game. So tonight was an important game, too. You know, we have to play well, and, you know, we have to do a few things better. We have to do, you know, a lot of things we did tonight we need to do again. And so that's the situation. You know, any game can be a must-win at this point. I agree with you in one sense, but, you know, we don't need to start rolling our eyes and saying, oh, no. You know, we got to come play ready and compete and do it again.
Yeah, we got off to a great start tonight, something that we couldn't do the past couple times we played them. The energy was great. You know, it was electric out there. And towards the end of the game, you know, we couldn't get stops. I think that was the biggest problem for us. And I've talked about it before. We couldn't get stops, so, you know, allowed them to set their defense on us, and you know, they really made it difficult for us when they're set. They're good, and so I think it really came down to the defensive end for us, which we'll try to figure that out. We lost, so, you know, none of that matters. I think you try to take some positives from this game, and the positives were we came out really strong. I think we found a little something offensively. George and myself kind of broke out of, you know, the slump that we were in a little bit, knocked down some shots, but you know, a loss is a loss, and we have to try to figure out what we can do to be better, you know. And so we'll look at the film, and we got to be better.
We tried a couple different things. You know, we tried to hedge, we tried to blitz. We were in our channel 2 or channel 3, but I think we just had, as a team, too many breakdowns, letting him get, either around screens or us as guards not getting proper locks. So something that we got to go watch film and try to make adjustments and try to figure it out. You don't want to go down 3-1 going back to their place. They've been playing well at home and things like that. So, yes, it's a must-win situation for us. I feel like, like I said, we rather, with the pressure on them going there 2-2, knowing that, we can get a win there and bring it back home, but definitely so. You never want to go down, 3-1, especially going back to their home court. I think that's the first thing I said when in the locker room, that it sucks that we're not playing all the way until Sunday. Especially when you start getting it going offensively, and the team is starting to play a little better. In the beginning of the game, you're eager to get back out there and do those things. But the way the schedule is, we have the 2-day break, and I think it's good. It gives us a chance to recover our body, and like I said, it's a must-win for us and get our fans back in here.